What's up, y'all? Oh man, another episode of Think Out Loud podcast brought to you by your host Dustin Cowan, my co-host Justin
Justin
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez, what's up?
I want to first shout out to Greenville, South Carolina. Apparently, that city is messing with us right now in the United States. I also want to shout out Philly and
What's up?
the country that seems to be messing with us is Lagos. So shout out to Lagos. I believe that's in Nigeria. I could be completely wrong,
Largos?
but
Largos?
Lagos is messing with us too. They're trending like those are our trends on TikTok. I haven't quite figured out who's messing with it on YouTube yet. The shorts haven't given me the analytics yet, so I'm still working on it. But I do appreciate everybody who's watching our shorts and watching our long form. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Think out loud, think out loud. And yeah, how you doing, Cuz?
I'm feeling good. It's been a good week. Been productive and been good vibes and good energy. How about yourself?
Slow week. I got my dad down here right now.
Hey,
He
what's up,
came. He
Dad?
came. He came to the beach, and
Nice.
so we'll probably do some things around the property and the land, and then from there we'll get going. We'll get going.
I'm always a little confused about where you're at sometimes. Because up here you think of South Carolina as like this small little place, but yo, South Carolina, ladies and gentlemen, is humongous. Like it's like 5 hours from side to side, right? If not longer.
I'm gonna go with the top to bottom. So if you came from Greenville to Charleston, that's three and a half. I said if you go side to side, which I guess would be Hilton Head to right outside of ooh,
It's
Gaffney.
a long way.
Excuse
It's a
me.
good 4.5, 5 hours. It's
Yeah,
gotta be.
it's a hump. It's a
It's like
hump.
like a porterhouse. Like South Carolina's like a
It's a pie, yeah, or a porterhouse steak. Yeah, yeah,
it's
okay,
just like a little chunk.
yeah, yeah.
You know
But
what I mean?
but yeah,
There's all these little towns.
yeah, all of them look the same too, man. Oh my goodness, all of them look the same.
All of them look the same.
All of them look the same. So man, let's get started with Keith's question today, and the one that kind of
Let's
struck
talk
out to me. I
about it.
think I'm gonna keep it simple tonight because we got a lot of other stuff to talk to. Is
Yeah, you do.
he says, "What's the last thing you cooked?" Keith asks, wants to know what's the last thing you cooked.
Last thing I cooked. Well, the last thing I made was some steak. It was beef rib. Um, Took that, cut it up. I and some Asian barbecue sauce.
Okay,
Cooked it on the pan
okay.
and served it over some shredded lettuce and a little olive oil and a little sea salt, bro. That was it.
So you had like a steak salad.
Steak salad, bro. And it went down.
Okay, steak salad. Okay.
It went down.
So I think if you're new to cooking, one thing you can never go wrong with is grilled chicken thighs. You can
Mm.
overcook them, undercook them. We can't undercook chicken, but you cook them just perfect or overcook them.
It's
They
it's
taste the
it's
exact same. Chicken thighs are the best grill. That's the best grill food because you really can't hurt it. Like you could burn it, but I probably would still eat a burnt chicken thigh because it's probably still juicy on the inside.
so juicy.
Yeah.
Little sauce.
So I did a teriyaki barbecue sauce because I was kind of in the mood for something sweeter.
Mm.
Like a honey hot barbecue sauce, and
Nation.
then I went with a regular teriyaki. Then I did some brown rice, and I did some red onion and garlic with green beans.
Mm.
Yeah, so red onion, garlic, sauteed that up with the butter, then put the green beans, a little salt and pepper. The problem I have with green beans is green beans do not hold seasoning well. Like they just don't taste like anything. Like almost have to over season them to get them right.
Correct.
Yeah.
I've always so yeah. What that's your secret to it? You just over season it.
No, today I didn't overseason. My dad's with me. He's not. I don't cook with much salt or any seasoning when he's with me. But
It's just raw. It's raw.
yeah, no, they were not raw. But like I was trying to get a little more taste. My garlic and butter sauce kind of absorbed all my taste. I did it backwards. What you need to do is you should probably cook the green beans first, then add the onion to the garlic because it gives it a little more taste inside. And I did it backwards. I did the onion and the garlic first, or I should have taken the garlic and the onion out, did the green beans, and added it back in again while it was still but I messed up. I was doing everything at once, so
No, it's all good.
kind of
It's all
tough.
good.
But yeah, man, that's what I cooked last. So yeah, keep that simple. Simple question. Thanks, Keith, for the questions. Keep them coming.
Thank you,
I got a
Keith.
bunch more for y'all. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. Man, I've been on rant after rant after rant this week. Like
Yeah,
I've been going crazy. I've been
let's
going
go for the
crazy.
rant. Let's hear it. Let's
The,
hear it.
no,
What's on your mind,
I just
D?
been going crazy, man. I have so many topics right now. It's just kind of like I've been writing. I've been doing a lot more writing. So like when I'm driving, after I get to a point, I'm writing. After I get to a point, I'm writing. I'm writing. I'm writing. And it's just a bunch of just like random thoughts, just going crazy. So like bear with us. We do have a couple of certain topics that I definitely want to hit. Um, and I think that's where I'm going to start first. The first topic I want to hit is we concluded the trust. We concluded the trust. So
Oh.
let me go ahead and put this up. Bam! I got it signed like right up there in the middle.
So wait, I haven't. I don't think I've concluded it yet.
Oh, come on, bruh.
I haven't because I think there was one episode because it's new. It's brand new, right?
Yeah, brand new episode.
So I
Brand new
think
episode.
I have one or two episodes left, but I don't have Netflix anymore.
Okay. So
I need a
I'm gonna go
password.
ahead and spoil this for you because
All right, let's do it. I don't care. Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
So five people win the trust. Brian, military guy's name is James, right? And it's James.
Jacob.
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 Uh,
Wow, Jacob stayed in it.
what's the white girl with the acne? What's her name? Tulu.
She liked Jake.
Yeah, like Jake. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Tulu,
Tulu made it, and then the white
Winnie,
huh? Who?
Winnie.
No, when he got out. When he got out of there.
Oh wow.
When he got out of there. So it was
Oh,
Tulu.
Mama J, Mama J.
Mama J left. Mama J dipped. Mama J took an offer for 25K and was like, "You can leave if you want to." She's like, "I'm out of here." I was like, "These people don't like me. I don't trust them. Give me that 25K." And she dipped. Um, Winnie got voted out by all the guys. Brian, Jake, and what's the other white guy? They voted her off. Um, Lindsay, the mom, the one with the three kids.
All right,
Um,
wait. Pause. This is the last episode I saw, right? They all came to a kumbaya. No one got voted off. That episode would finally no one got voted off.
yeah, nah,
All
bro,
right. All right, so
nah.
what happens after that? What happens after that? Who's the next person that gets voted off and why?
Okay, so when he got voted off, Mama J leaves. Lindsay gets
Wait,
voted off.
what happened to Winnie? Why did they vote her off? Because she was on no one's radar for a while.
So when he got voted off because the three guys voted, all three guys voted, and they only had two votes. God, what's her name? Look up the cast name for me real quick, because I gotta know the white girl's name. So when he got voted off because the guys had three votes, and she uh she didn't have the power swing like she wanted to. But before she left, she did put some things in perspective. She called some people out. She did her thing. Um, so yeah, when he got out of there, um, Tulu kind of snuck her way back in, but it's only because Gasper, that's his name. Gasper saved Tulu. So Lindsay went a little buck crazy and lied to all of them about who she voted for, because she voted for three people because they showed who you had voted for in the past. You could share it or not share it. So she said it, but she didn't defend herself. So when she didn't defend herself, Gasper was like, "Yeah, I don't trust you." So Gasper voted off Lindsay, and Tulu voted off Lindsay. So then Lindsay left. That was the last person to leave. So then
Okay.
so then there was an offer, right? The offer was if you quote a number up to $25,000, you can keep the $25,000, but if someone outbids you, you don't get to keep the amount you said. So like for instance, it was 0 to 25. You could say I don't want to take anything out the trust, or you can say I want $25,000 out the trust, right? So
Right.
um Brian, James, or Jake and Gasper, they decide to share everything, right? Tulu
Right.
takes 25 grand out of the trust. And then what's the little girl's name?
The girl from Montana,
Yeah, the girl,
Julia, something like
Julia,
that.
Julie. Yeah, she decides she's gonna share it, right? So they get to the final trust one, and everybody says, "Well, share it, right?" But the money goes from 268 to 243. Like she took 25 grand out. And everybody's like, "Who took 25 grand out?" Bruh, I told you from the jump, get two of them black girls out and break up the lovers and that grandma. It would have been fine. Sure enough, they left the one black girl in there. What she do? She ended up taking $25,000. She walked away with $73,000.
She played the game, bro. What you mean?
Oh, I said the whole time I was watching that last episode. Oh, 25 grand, hands down. I'm bidding 25 grand.
Yeah, she played the game. You can't be mad at her for playing the game
I'm
now.
bidding
Like
25 grand. But you know what? She walked out with the second most amount of money. And the guy with the cowboy hat, he walked out with the most amount of money, 78,000, because he got that $30,000 bonus. So it
he got
worked
a
out.
bonus. Why did he get a bonus?
Remember, he took one of the
All
offers
right.
for 30 grand.
So
Nick.
it was Tulu, Bryce, Winnie, Brian, Joels, Simone, Julie, Jake, Lindsay, Gasper, and Jay.
So Julie and Jake were the lovers. Brian, Gasper, and Tulu, those were the last five winners. Yeah.
All right, so let's do a little trivia. The first person out was who?
Julian.
Joel's.
Yeah, Julian. Yeah.
Joel's, right?
Joel's, whatever, the guy with the shirt not
Pretty
buttoned all the
boy
way up.
with the shirt. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't keep a
All
shirt
right.
buttoned up. Couldn't keep a shirt buttoned up.
Who was the second person out?
I want to say it was a girl, but oh yeah, yeah, it was the old lady,
Simone.
Simone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right, so Joel, Simone. All right, who was the third person out?
That was Bryce, the billionaire, the
Bryce.
millionaire. Yeah.
Bryce got voted out next. So that was after the Kumbaya, right?
No, that was after. Yeah, after the Kumbaya, then he disclosed he was a millionaire. They got him
They
up out of
voted
there.
that off. All
Yep.
right. Then after Bryce, it was who?
Um,
Winnie
it was Winnie,
or
but the grandma, what's her name?
oh, Jay left.
Yeah, Jay left, and then Tulu, and
Mama
then
Jay.
Winnie got voted out. Yep.
A- And then went all in the same episode.
See, when the grandma left, Mama J, when she left, the girls lost the power, so they only had two votes, and the guys had three votes.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yep.
So they all right. And then who was after that? That leaves Tulu,
After that was Lindsay.
Brian,
Yeah, Lindsay.
Lindsay. Okay, so Lindsay gets voted off.
Yeah, Gasper voted her off.
So she didn't make no money.
No money. She look. She played the fence. She played the fence and got played by Gasper. Gasper's
She
like,
got
yeah, Gasper's
played.
like, I don't trust you. And look, it was so this is how slick it was. So it was a vote where all three of them, like three votes didn't count. That's the one. It was three votes didn't count, and Brian got a 30 grand. So when he got the 30 grand, three votes didn't count. So Gasper said, "Oh, we didn't vote. So it must have been somebody else who voted, and two people voted. So it must have been one of the persons that canceled out. It looked like he did not vote. So he played the game. He also played the game well too. Gasper's the
Who
man.
Gasper? Yeah,
Yeah,
Gasper was the man. All
yeah,
right, so
Gasper's the man.
Lindsay went home, and then after Lindsay, who went home?
Nobody. Everybody stay.
So Gasper stayed, and that Gasper gave away that vacation too to Brian and Julie. He gave that
Yep.
vacation away.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he
So
was he was always trusted. He was smart. He played it very smart.
I thought Jay for sure. Not Jay. Jacob. I thought he was gonna get voted off.
After Mama
He was.
J
He was.
left, the girls had no power.
Okay.
Yeah, the
All
girls
right.
had no power, and it was kind of one sided. And the guys were like, "We're gonna split it." They didn't care. So.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So I gotta finish. I gotta finish watching it just to see.
Yeah, man, and I still feel the exact same way. This is a terrible depiction of black girls. It's a terrible depiction of women. Now, what I
You
will
think
say,
so?
yeah, because what I will say is that like, and maybe it was because it was kind of clearly
I
it's
don't think
acted
so.
out and scaled, but like maybe the black girls, like she had some type of remorse, but at the same time she had no remorse. The Jules, she kind of told all her lies, but like Like,
Jules was the shadiest one on the entire show, bro.
no, Lindsay was. Lindsay was the shadiest one. She was. Cause like they called her out on her stuff. They said, "Yo, you played the fence like this time, this time, this time, this time." Jules at least told them that she didn't want to vote Jake out, right? She's like, "I don't want to vote Jake out," but Lindsay never told him which way she was swinging, and always voted one way or the other.
Okay,
I
you
think
got a
I think
point.
Lindsay was definitely the shadiest one. I just think that the way that Whitney and Tulu played the game, like I get not trusting anybody, but don't express it. Like
So
they should
so
have
when he went home, she went home with no bread.
nothing.
Yo,
No, no, no,
you
no. When he got 15,000.
okay? All right,
When he got
all right.
15,000. She
But
ain't
Lindsay
broke.
went Lindsay no bread, right? No, she went home
Nothing.
broke. That's
Nothing.
what she get.
Bryce
She
nothing.
was sour. She's
Ev-
like, I cheated on my husband,
yeah,
and I married my affair.
right, right, right. Yeah, man. So you know how it goes.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
Ha ha.
You're not terrible.
I'm trying
Oh,
to make it work, and it's just not working, and the kids and my husband. But
yo,
I made a conscious decision
yo,
to come to the
it
island
was bad. It
and
was
make some
bad.
money. Ha ha.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. All right, man. So I'm gonna get to the now. That I'm gonna wait for sports on that one. So you gave me some homework this week. So you said, "Yo, D." And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Listen to the Kid Cudi album and let's talk about it." So I kind of like this. So let's do an album breakdown like once a week. And so this week it's Kid Cudi, right?
Facts.
All right.
Facts. All right.
So the name of the album is what is the name of this album? It's his newest one. Came out apparently like
Um,
5 days ago.
it's it's
I
it's.
had it written
Uh,
down, but I can't
I
think.
know it is different.
It's like Alamo or Insano, Insano.
It doesn't like stick with you. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Okay.
Insano. Okay, so yeah, I got the playlist here. It's 21 songs, right?
First off, I'm gonna start off.
Yeah.
That's my first big complaint. It's too long. It's too long.
Okay, it's too long. Okay.
Um, it's not Insano. It's not. The title's terrible. It's not Insano. Kid Cudi doesn't
Okay.
talk about any of his darkness, dealing with depression really. He doesn't talk about his suicide attempts. He doesn't talk about his drug addiction anymore in this one. He's not in a bad space. Like honestly, Kid Cudi, I don't believe is in a bad space on this album. Like he's not. He's
Mm-mm.
talking about girls he's finessing. He's talking about trips and different stuff. But honestly, he's not talking about anything. That's probably my biggest thing about this problem. Everybody else on this album sounds no, everybody else on this album is rapping. Kid Cudi even sounds good. He just not saying nothing. Like it's a blah. Like he's not saying anything. Um 21 tracks, right? Okay, there's probably 3 to 6 that I would replay.
Okay.
Um the ones with Travis Scott, those sound good. The
The one with
one with
Travis Scott. So Get Off Me. Get Off Me is a good is a nice record.
yeah. Um
Okay.
the one with ASAP, I like that one
Wow.
because
Wow,
ASAP
wow,
because
wow.
ASAP is rapping. I gotta show love to Young Thug. I like that one. And then the only
Young
other one
Thug,
that he had was worth a
Radger Boys.
no. I liked A Tale of a Night. A Tale of a Night.
A Tale of a Night
Yeah, A Tale of a Night.
with Pharrell. That all right, oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh no. A Tale of a Night. Which
yeah, I
one's
think
that? Oh, Tale of Night. Okay.
yeah.
How's that go?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. Don't get us
Okay.
monetized.
Yeah. That one. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
So
that's like put up some weights right there. That's
yeah,
some
I just I will say I think the album had great features. Um, so it's a hard it has good features, but you know the problem is Cuddy never needed features. Like he doesn't like all his other albums don't really are not heavy featured. And I was thinking about it. The guy he needs to get back with is
Kanye.
no King Chip. King Chip, he did all his first 3 albums. King Chip was on all his first 3 albums. Kid Cudi's Kid Cudi's strength and what draw me to Kid Cudi, and I think what makes people Kid Cudi's fans is his harmonizing. He's got a very unique voice, but then his humming. Like there's no hum. There is no um
That's not true.
through the late. There's no not compared to his other ones. Dog, gotta go back and listen to his other albums.
It's not overkill, bro. All right,
No,
all right, all right. You
I
had your turn. It's my
I
turn
need
now.
the overkill.
I,
I need the overkill of the hum. I need the overkill of his singing, and I think he
you
just ain't
sound like you
rapping
want
about
more of
nothing.
the same. And honestly, I thought this album was a breath of fresh air. It was positive. It was more positive, like Happy Kid Cudi, what I liked. I like that. No, bro. All right, so listen. All right. First of all, I would say from tracks three to like 16, there's a solid. You can play in there. You can kind of flip around. Like every track is pretty dope in there. You can just let it ride.
Okay.
And then there are some songs that's just like, all right, this is going on a little bit too long. Um, like even the opening track, I felt like went on for a little bit too long,
Opening
in
track
my
was not
opinion.
it. He needed a better
Yeah,
opening
it was.
track. Oh,
I
oh, okay. One more thing I gotta say. One more thing
Cause,
before you
all
go into
right,
your thing.
all right, go ahead, go ahead.
Get rid of DJ Drama off this album. I hated DJ Drama
Uh,
on this album. Oh my God, get him off this album. Okay. All right, that's all I had to say.
so you hit on my point. So the DJ drama part, it definitely threw me
It's
off
trash.
because I'm thinking like, all right, this is about to be about bars, and he's gonna be. I'm thinking, there's gonna be some heavy hit, and there wasn't.
No
He
bars.
goes into a different track, which completely throws you off from what just what the opening track was, and then Get Off Me is like the first one where it's like, okay,
Right.
and then it kind of gets into it. Then you got that Wow Wow song. Then you got a Tale of a Night goes hard. Then you got was that Too Damn High? That one's dope with little Yachi. Get you got you going. That track's fire. That track's fire.
I probably like the beat. I probably don't like Cuddy's part.
Yeah, that joke's hot. Come
Yeah.
on.
I probably like the beat.
At the
Again, the beats are fire on this album.
The beats are fire. All right, so I think that's why I like it. It's good.
Okay.
Like if you just put it on, you can just let it rock. Like the beats are just hard, especially from 3 to 16. The beats are all hard,
I have
all
no
of them.
problem with the beat selection whatsoever. I think the beats are great. This
But
is
for Kitty content, all right, Kid Cudi content, as far as lyrics and harmonizing stuff like that, no, it is not a traditional Kid Cudi depressing s- sound. It's not.
I
It's a
need that.
happy. It's a yo. I'm past all that. I'm finally doing what I want to do. I'm spending some bread now. I'm outside the house. I'm outside. I got girls. Um,
He had girls though.
I'm, I'm partying again. My car isn't getting blown up by Diddy. Let me stop.
Okay. Okay.
But no. Yeah,
Nah,
it's good.
so
It's solid. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10.
so this is what I will say. I meant to put this picture up. I have the Cuddy album. I got a picture right there in the middle. This is what I will say. Okay. The beat selection great. Features great. Um, too long. It's too long. It's about you said 21
21,
tracks. It's probably
21
about
tracks.
7 tracks too long. And the funny thing is all those tracks are the single Cuddy tracks. They're not featured. Like the feature
Correct.
tracks, I would leave all those.
They're like bonus tracks. So you got the Porsche topless, you got Blue Sky, you
I,
got hit the streets of my
I
Nikes.
wasn't
Hit the streets of my
necessarily.
Nikes is a
I would tell you another thing too. I hated the title selection for some of these songs. I think all they like too long, or I don't know. Like I don't know. Maybe that's too much to go on for.
the one with Wayne is good.
You know what I was gonna say? Okay, this is what I was gonna say about this album. It's a waste of features. It's a waste of features. No one is coming back to hear this great Travis Scott feature, this great ASAP feature, and this great Wayne feature. It's a waste of features. Um, I
Mm.
don't think this is not going to get a lot of replay. I was going to say it doesn't necessarily hurt his catalog, but it doesn't add to his catalog.
This is gonna be one of those where he has like them four or five bangers from it where it's like, yo, where's that from? And then it'll lead you back
Right.
to this album once in a while and you'll listen to it and be like, oh, all right,
Yes,
and then
I
that's
agree.
it. But he
Um,
has some big time bangers in here. Like I'm not gonna say top five all time Kid Cudi, but like
ASAP, ASAP, Lil Wayne, and Travis Scott. Those are three big features, and those are three wasted features on this album.
yeah, Wow,
Yeah.
Get Off Me, and Seven by Wayne,
Oh, I like Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool was
Mr.
all right.
Cool,
Yeah, I like
Mr.
that one.
Cooler, Mr. Cooler,
Yeah, Mr.
yeah.
Cooler.
And he has
Um,
another one.
I thought that okay. Here's what I was gonna say too. I hate when rappers use a dead rapper on their album. That's a trick. Like, stop playing XXXTentacion because you had that feature tucked away when he was alive, and now all of a sudden you want to put it out. It's too late for that. Like, that's a
It,
bad trick.
it,
That's a bad trick
it,
for Cuddy
it's
too.
a cool song though. That one's cool.
But
It's not like
it's a
whoa,
bad
but it's a
trick.
cool.
Is what I'm trying to
It,
say. Put that out when
yeah,
he was out. Like, put that out when he's around. Like, get the buzz then. Like, drop an LP, drop whatever, drop it then. Like, I don't want to
had to
hear
get rights. Yeah,
I,
he probably get the rights for it,
I don't want to
and
hear Nipsey right now. I don't want to hear XXXTentacion right now. I don't want to hear Tupac Biggie anymore. And that's dating me. But like, I don't want to hear who's. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear any more Pop Smoke. I don't want to hear any more Pop Smoke. I'm so sick of hearing Pop Smoke.
I
I'm
love Pop
serious.
Smoke.
I love Pop Smoke, but I don't want to hear it anymore because it's like I'm not gonna get any new. It's only gonna be the old stuff, and I hate that. And then it's not even. It's gonna be chopped. It's not
Don't
even.
play no
He's
more Biggie. Don't play no more Tupac.
man. Let that. Man, it's too
Don't
much.
play the DMX. Don't play Marvin
Okay,
Gaye.
play their stuff, but don't. This is what I'm saying. The feature. Don't come out with the album and put a feature of a dead person on your album and be like, "Yo, I got XXX on, so this album will sell some to his fans." Stop monopolizing
Okay.
his fan base because you're not hot right now. And that's the thing.
Okay.
That's really what it was. I love Cuddy. I was. This is the point I was going to make. I love Cuddy, but Cuddy's not on right now. This didn't
He's
turn
not
him.
on right
He
now.
this didn't turn him back on. Like, this doesn't turn me back on to Cuddy. This make me go back to his old stuff.
If this would have been like an EP, I think like maybe 7 to 8 records, and like four of them were like awesome features like he did, and then he did like four of his own like Cuddy style. You know what I mean? And then maybe one like new school Cuddy.
You hit it on the head. It wasn't enough.
Bang.
It wasn't enough Cuddy style on this album. I don't know who he's rapping like or who he thought he was rapping like. This this
And
this this is not for him. Like, this
and
sound he's trying to do. This is not for him. Give me the harm home. Like, he
he
needs,
tried to switch it up. He tried to switch it up.
but he tried to switch it up and he can. Cuddy can rap. I went back to some of his other stuff. If he was rapping like excuse me, sorry, why do I keep burping? Through the late night King Wizard. Like, these are songs he did by himself. And like, I'm not gonna front when he's rapping like in that vibe, in that like cadence. If he was like that on this album, those beats would have hit better. What he was saying would have sounded better because the way that style is, he has to say something in that style. But this new style where he's just kind of, oh, girls, cars, da da da, I'm outside, da 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 da. I don't want to hear that from Cuddy. Cuddy,
Okay.
go back to that bedroom and get depressed on me because like
Go get
he is he is
depressed.
the suburban depressed kid. I'm sorry, like that's the part that resonates from me. I'm happy he's doing well, but this ain't it. Like, this ain't it. No, this ain't
Okay.
it. All right,
All
so
right.
I'm gonna
All right.
let Cuddy go. Um,
Cuddy, I enjoyed it, bro. I enjoyed it, man. You know what I mean? You
sit.
do this new happy you. I like it, dog. I like it. No more pills. No more depression.
I'm fine. I'm happy he's off that, but I'm okay. Last thing I'll say, you know what I knew was over for Cuddy? Sonic 2 soundtrack when he did that song. That song was trash, bro. That song was trash. That's when I was like, yo, Cuddy's done. Like, it's not a comeback. It's never gonna be Man on the Moon ever again. It's never gonna be Man on the Moon again.
Well, the times have changed, man. Like everybody was depressed then.
100%. And also another thing too is Cuddy's 10 years older than that. So I don't expect him to be the exact same, but I don't mind that style still. Like, he can still rap at his style. Like, I don't think he has to change his style. Everybody took Cuddy's style.
But
I'm
the, I felt like this was a Cuddy sound though. It was just a different version of Cuddy
God, no,
sound.
this is not Cuddy's sound. This is trying to be too new. This is too
No,
this, This is trying to be
It
too
don't
new,
no one got beats like that, bro. His production was crazy, and then like his rapping, even his rhyme patterns were different. They were Cuddy. It was still Cuddy.
bro.
The context of what he was saying wasn't Cuddy, but the flow, everything else was Cuddy. Everything but maybe the words. If he's saying something else with substance with the same rhyme patterns, we're saying it's a whole different
I'm gonna
conversation.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you exactly what needs to happen. Honestly, this doesn't need to be a Kid Cudi album. This needs to be a Travis Scott Kid Cudi album. You know, Travis Scott is named after Cudi, right?
Okay.
So Travis Scott, his real name's Travis, but Kid Cudi's real name is Scott Mathers or Scott. It begins with an M. I can't think. It's like SM is his initials, right? But his first name's Scott. He says it all the time, right? Travis resonated with Kid Cudi so much he took on the name Travis Scott after Kid Cudi. Travis Scott's sound is Kid Cudi's sound. Like honestly, Travis Scott is Kid Cudi's sound and ASAP Rocky's look. Like everybody knows it. That's what he stole both of them. He's the fusion of that. And so what really needs to happen is Kid Cudi and Travis Scott just need to make an album together. That's what I really
Okay.
wanted to hear. And honestly, the two features with Travis tell me that right away. So
Maybe they working on something.
I hope the next one. I would love for them to do
Maybe that's what's gonna have to happen in the
this.
future, like more duos or like more two
Have
rappers.
to.
You know.
You know what? This is a great lead up because
Yeah. What's the segue?
this is a great segue into clever versus talent. Kid
Yes.
Cudi tried to do some clever stuff and didn't use his talent on this album. That's what happened, okay? He was
Oh my
clever,
God.
but he wasn't talented on this album. Give me some hums and give me some songs, Cudi, but off you. So, you know Marcus from 5150 Podcast is one of my favorite. Hey, Corey Holcomb's my favorite comedian. He's the funniest stand up, funniest. He's just funny. I love him. 51 Podcast, 5150 Podcast. You know Marcus. He said he said, people are trying to be clever instead of be funny in the comedic room. And then that led me to think people are trying to be clever than be talented right now. Like for instance, we live in a very microwave age to where if you can go viral, you don't necessarily have to be that talented. You just had to have that substance then. That's a clever trick. Like it's clever to be viral. You get viral. But like, where's the talent behind that? Like, is people that going viral necessarily talented, or was it like a you were right there at the moment. It was the perfect timing. Now everybody wants to see what you saw. It's not necessarily a talent because if you don't have multiple of these or you're not doing all the work in them, where is, you know, talent is going to the court every day, beating everybody in high school, beating everybody in college, and making it to the league. That's a long timeline. But you're talented to get to the league. You can't be clever in sports. You can't all of a sudden do one move and then you know what I'm saying? But like in comedy and social media, you can be clever. Like you could say, "Oh man, look at me, I'm a millionaire." Put on some fake chains, rent a Lamborghini, rent a mansion, park the Lamborghini in front of the mansion, take 50 million pictures, do a whole month worth of content by changing T-shirts up in front of it, and say, "Oh, I did it though the tax. Buy my book, buy this, buy this, buy this." That's clever. But did you really do anything? That wasn't a talent. Like you really broke. Like there's a TikToker and a YouTuber who goes through all the people that sell like financial get rich stock change courses and says this guy's broke, he doesn't have this, and he's actually talented because he's a hacker slash investigator, and so he knows what to look for. He knows where to read. Also, he can find where you rented Airbnb, where you got the Lamborghini from, where the receipts are, because he's got talented. He's exposing people who are just clever, and so it's just like you know, how you feel about that?
So yeah, I think that's a great point. I think right now what we're seeing is like a huge boost of a generation of cappers, right? Everybody's a professional capper. Everybody's always not I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people are trying. They're living off clout, right? They're living off like
It's no genuine people,
it's no genuine
it's not
people.
genuine.
So
Yeah.
excuse me. I think right now there's an abundance of tools right now, so you don't really necessarily have to be talented. You just need have to be clever on getting someone to catch someone on the bait, on
Right.
something right now,
Right.
and get them. So um, everybody's talented. It just comes down to can people find what they're here to do,
Right.
you know? And
100%.
right now people are pretending like everybody wants to be like somebody else, so they're doing whatever they need to do to become this person instead of just being an individual, so
Yeah.
unfortunately everybody's capping, so they're just looking to like they don't
Yeah.
care about you to like, oh, what, click on this, go
And,
to this website.
and don't get me wrong. I think that you have to have a little bit of cleverness and talent. Like I think they kind of coincide, but you can definitely tell the ones that were clever versus the ones that were talented. Like for instance, if we have a viral video, great. But like for instance, after that viral video, do I have 100 videos before that? Do I have 10 videos after this? Like believe it or not, this channel actually has 498 videos. I looked at it today. Um, I put in a lot of work 3 years and 5 years ago on a gaming side of the channel. I'm repurposing the channel. The channel is now this. We're doing a podcast with my cousin, talking about social events, news, media. Like and subscribe, think out loud. It's new names, everything. So I changed it.
Think
But
out
if
loud.
someone goes back and does the research on me, I did the work. Like I put in, like
And a
I've put
track
in work.
record.
I've done the work to be talented in a space to a degree because I've got videos on here that did nothing.
You're
I
not
got
a
videos on
you're,
here that did 30K. So like at some point something was working to a degree, right?
right.
So like there's got to be something I have, something that I did that happens to show my talent, not just my cleverness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think I had some moments that were clever, but like it was more than just that. Like I kept going until I got that or until I got another one. So it's just one of those things. I'll tell you where I kind of have not been clever. So and I owe all y'all apology. What I happen to do is my thumbnails, I get them mixed up with the numbers. Like sometimes I'll look at the number, and so like for instance, last week it was supposed to be 5, but I clicked 6, so I put the 6 tag on the thumbnail, and then I had to rechange it to 5 so it'd be in order. I did the same thing with 4, so outsmarted myself. So yeah, so happens.
Womp, womp, womp,
Yep.
womp.
Oh man. Okay. I thought this one was really good because I think it's kind of deep. Like it kind of like hit me, kind of like it's kind of got me kind of still like kind of in a pause. Um, what do you feel are some of the obligations like from your family? And you can take that however you want to take it. You can take an immediate family, your new family, your family with one of your children, your family with both your children, your family with the other child. What are some of your obligations as Justin the brother, Justin the father, Justin the son, Justin the cousin if you wanted to. It's a lot of what are some of the family obligations on you? Like, what do you think those are?
I feel like for me, I feel like I'm obligated to show some sort of respect at all times. Um, I try to be as respectful as possible. And I also feel like I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm let me I feel like as I gotten older, the more and more I feel like I don't know the words to put to this, but more like I belong. You know what I mean? It's kind of like I am my own man, so whatever the people's opinions or whatever don't really matter anymore, and I'm not obligated to be at the party anymore. It's like I can have my own party. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Um, but at the same time, it's like, all right, still my relatives, still my elders, whatever. Let me show respect. Or hey, I might be an example. I don't know how my cousins are talking to their kids, like, oh yeah, like you see, just look what he's doing.
right.
Gotta, it's just a certain standard
Yeah,
um, that we at least keep in our family. For the most part,
right.
it gets a little crazy sometimes, but
Hmm.
um, there is a somewhat respect.
Right.
Somewhat. But yo, compared to what I see on a daily basis, we're great. We're good. We can at least communicate
Right. Right.
without, knuckling or shooting or
Right.
stealing or something like that.
Do you think religion is an obligation? Like, for instance, I was raised Christian, right? So, is being Christian an obligation to my family, or did I choose that?
to
No, no,
yours
in general. Like,
in general?
you can flip whatever the Christian of mine is to you or however you feel it. Like, just curious.
I don't think so.
Okay. I want to piggyback your respect and like your unity and like fitting in. I think every person does take that role in the family. Like it's interesting. I think like as you see, for lack of better words, the mortality of your family, because I've lost my mom, and so you it's interesting how the roles circle. So like your obligations change based off of, you know, hierarchy, mom, dad, siblings, niece, nephew, right? Now, mom gone, so like, you kind of come up a little bit more. Your sister comes up a little bit more. It's just kind of interesting. Like what you
Yeah,
take care of, what you not necessarily and I know I say obligated, but like you feel like you have to do certain things. Um,
yeah. You have a different weight now. You have a whole
yeah,
different weight.
you have a different way. And like so I would say like
Different weight.
definitely there's obligations, but like yeah, I like your answer. I like your answer.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like how certain uncles, right? We used to see him a certain way, and then things change, and now it's like, damn, bro, you you at this table. You know what I mean? But no, no, no. Like that could be like we all have that person, right? Like we all have that person that's like, oh, that's Uncle so and so, or that's cousin this, or
Yeah,
that's auntie that, the crazy aunt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
yeah,
saying in general, like everybody has that person where it's like,
yeah.
damn, I went growing up, like man, I saw like, they were
Kind of
they
like
were,
what you said about like when you got your own table or like when you got your own party, you're like, oh, you guys were wilding over there for a little bit. I didn't realize like
bro,
how wild y'all were.
right.
Yes, yes,
Every cookout we had, right? There were certain groups and certain
yes,
tables, and you know who was who, and it's
right.
just that's and it was always like the kid table, right? And then you kind of
And
make your way up
I think it's also
or
interesting
down.
I think it's also interesting to see like where your cousins they were older were at the time versus where they are now at the time and where
Now,
you
and
are
what
now.
table they're at?
And
Yeah, what table they
it's
at?
like, oh, okay, we were closer to even at that time than I realized. Oh,
Yup, and now
I'm a
it's
little
like,
ahead of you now. Oh, you kind of,
yeah,
or the other way around,
or this
you know.
way.
So like,
Exactly.
I get what you were just saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So like, oh, let me see, Cuddy album. I feel like I'm
He's still thinking about the Cuddy album.
no, I
Oh,
was gonna
he's so
destroy that.
disappointed.
So I
So you got
want
to pick the next one. You do got to pick the next one.
uh they mentioned the album coming out. They
We
say
can let
that
the people pick. We want to let the people pick.
the people could pick if somebody wants to comment and let
How
what
about how about I pick, you pick, people pick? How about that?
yeah,
We'll see
we'll
if we
do
can
that.
get an answer out of
We'll see if
yeah.
we can get one. So if somebody's watching this, put in the comments what album you want us to review next. Hopefully it's in the hip hop, R&B, rap out genre because that's what we listen to.
And relatively new, like something 2021 and to now, something new.
I know
2020,
this is gonna yeah
2021.
2020 yeah this is gonna be a stretch. Supposedly Kanye West and um Dollar Sign are dropping Ty Dollar Sign are dropping February 9th. That would be the next album I'd want to review.
Is that the Vulture joint?
It's supposed to be 3 volumes, but I don't know what Kanye. No telling what he's
Oh,
gonna do. So I don't even know if
because
the album's gonna come out. I'll wait until it's actually out. So okay, I wanted to announce this one. Um, we call this the year of accountability. So I wanted to
mm,
go back into my lifetime of when it counted, which would basically be 2002 till now, as to when America stopped believing in the truth. Like when did we stop holding ourselves accountable? Off my recent research, I have to say I need to go back further, but it's clearly after 9/11 for my life. But
absolutely.
like from 2002 until 2024, I'm kind of doing some research. I'm gonna put together a series, go over a list of events in government, entertainment, social, financial, and sports. So those 5 topics. I'm gonna do a little 30-minute video of each year, all the way from 2002 till probably 23, because I don't have a timeline for 24.
That's fire. I like
And I'm
that.
gonna put that series out, and I'll probably drop that like once a week after I get it all together. I'm still doing my research. I've only gotten to 2 years almost done, and I'll probably try to get to like 10 before I even start. But yeah, I just kind of want to see Like what line of events in America and in my lifetime from high school on, because it really doesn't matter until after you really can vote, right? And I was 19 in high school, but when you can vote up until till now, right? Like what led us on this path to where doesn't matter like if the news or the media says anything, like it's we can't believe it, like like when did that become so prevalent like in my life? And so I'm just kind of very curious about that.
Um, didn't don't quote me, but didn't Obama sign that propaganda law or something like that, where
I ain't got
they
to that
allowed
year
the
yet. And when I get to the Obama years, like yeah, I'm on
oh
Bush right now.
wow.
I'm still on the Bush years, bro. So when I think I might
Bush.
be on his first term.
Yo, President Bush don't seem so bad now, does he?
Okay, so what I will say is I saw this one act, I think it was the No Child Left Behind Act. As a teacher, I can tell you that act is some BS. That act is some BS.
100%.
No,
Was that his? He put that in? He put that in there?
Bush pushed that in 2020, 2002, and I can tell you right now that's some BS. And I can tell you the teachers, if the teachers are really watching this, the teacher watching this, they're gonna tell you they hate that act. This is not because
Because
my
then
thing.
you're no longer you're just a babysitter at that point.
Well, you're not really pushing education. You're just pushing up lower income people to meet the standards of the higher income people. And that's never going to happen without any funding. And they got funding, but not enough funding. And then also, if you're making me come up to this level, where is my pay to equal the amount of effort that I got to put in to come up to that level? So
Mm,
this school has $1 million worth of resources. I've got 50,000 and I'm supposed to equal to $1 million worth of funding because we're in the same state or we're in the same county or in the same district. That's unrealistic. That's an unrealistic expectation. Now that's a very outlandish amount of budget for two schools, but it's an unrealistic expectation, man. You're never gonna you're never gonna accomplish what somebody with higher budget in education can do compared to a lower budget school. Now you can get creative and you can, but you have to insinuate that society, or that's not the word I'm looking for, that that mentality in that school all across the board. Everybody has to buy into that so that that school operates like that. And that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. It should, but you're not motivated enough as a teacher for that to happen. Like you're happy to get to your glass of wine and beer because a lot of teachers are alcoholics. Y'all just don't know that.
oh, they're the party. They're always the party animals.
Teachers are
What do you
alcoholics.
do? I'm a
Teach.
teacher. Third grade.
I know you happy to be here,
Teach third grade.
man. So we're getting close to that mark. We're gonna get into sports, and before we get into sports, is I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there, man. So I can't unsee it, man. Somebody said your boy looks like Dak Prescott, man. Said I look like Dak Prescott, man. So I got the
Yo,
so I know you can't see it, but
since you told me that.
I got the picture up right now, right? And it's the one with he's in like a beige shirt, and so he's got his head tilt like this a little bit. He's smile. I should have kept my beard, but they said I look like Dak Prescott. And he got one where he's bald, bruh, bruh.
Stop losing playoff games, bro. Can you
Yo,
stop losing playoff games?
yo, I'm Dak Prescott's older brother, man. That's wild. Like somebody said I look like Dak Prescott. I just can't unsee it now. I hate it, but it's true. It's the truth. I look like Dak Prescott.
You look just like
I
him.
look just like
It's
I hate to say that
let me
all light skinned people look alike, but
let
bro,
me see. Let me put him up real
I look
quick.
like
Hold on,
Dak
hold on.
Prescott, man.
Let me see. Dak Prescott. Let me pull you up.
Oh man.
Damn, bro. That's insane.
It's bad, isn't it?
It's bad.
It's bad, man. Yo, I didn't know I
Let me
looked that
see. Bald. Let me see. They got the bald one. Let me see.
yo,
Bald.
man. It's bad. I look like Dak Prescott, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Especially the one right here where he's crying. Where he's
That's
crying.
messed up. Why I gotta be crying, bro?
Yeah, you look
Um,
just like him, man. A little skinny around the neck, though. You're a little skinny
I'm a
around the
little
neck.
skinny around the neck. Oh, okay. All right.
Little skinny.
Yeah, okay. So man, we're down to the AFC NFC playoffs.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What were the picks last week? Who did what? I
I
forgot.
mollywopped you. I got all four right. I mean,
Did you get all four
I got all
right?
four right. I mollywopped you.
Oh
I
wow.
mollywopped you, bro. I
So
picked
you got the
Kansas City.
Ravens. You picked
I picked
Ravens.
Kansas City. You picked the Bills. That's what got you.
Ah.
I said I don't want to. I said, but I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes this week.
What was
Sure
the score in
enough,
that game? What was the score of that game?
27-24, something like that. It's real close.
It's always close with those two. I thought the Bills would get them this time, like
The Bills should have won that
in
game.
in Buffalo. You
The
know.
Bills should have won that game. I think people thought that Buffalo was going to be that much of an advantage for Buffalo. The problem with that was that Kansas City just played in -8 degrees against Miami. No, don't be wrong. That was a scrimmage for them because Miami was just not there. They looked tight. They were cold. Kansas City looked like this is nothing. We're going to go out here and win this football game. So then they went to Buffalo. It was cold. We just got done playing a cold playoff game. We're going to mollywop you and go through you. Go to the Ravens. And they just looked better that night. Like it was a good game. But
So let me see. Um, let me see. Let's look at the stats here. It was a great game. It was a lot of running. Jared Allen was running for his life in that game. He was running all over the place.
yeah,
Yeah, he was running a lot. Um, I think that was kind of what holds him back, to be honest, though.
no,
So Pat,
I think what
go ahead.
happened is they had three key plays that jacked the game. Two field goal misses and that one pass by the wide receiver, that's his number one target. Also, his number one target didn't go for over 100 yards. Like
So
so,
so he threw. Let me see. He threw 7 passes at Shakir. Stephon Diggs only had got three
Stephon
passes.
Diggs dropped that ball, and that
Mm,
was the one that I think that cost him.
that bomb, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And
And it was
then
right to him.
Jared Allen, he ran 12 times for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he threw the ball 26 times for 186 yards, right? So, and a touchdown. Mahomes threw for 215 and 2 touchdowns.
Travis Kelsey
See,
got two, and now they lead the playoff
in touchdowns, right?
tight end quarterback touchdown scored. I think it's 13. Gronk and I don't know why his name is slipping me.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. They had 12 prior.
And you know what? The Chiefs, they established a running game. They had Pacheco, he ran for 97 yards in this
Pacheco
game.
didn't Pacheco score off like one breakaway?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
scored.
So I think he was the
So
first scorer, right?
I think so. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was the first
I
big
don't quote me
scorer.
on that one. Um 49ers beat Green Bay, and now they got to go see the
Green Bay let
Lions.
them off the hook, man. Green Bay let them off the hook.
I thought that when Debo Samuels went down, this was going to go a different way.
I thought so too.
That,
And it was actually for a while. And then at the end of the game, San Francisco scores 10 points in that fourth quarter to a goose egg. So Green Bay just had to put up a field goal, and they missed a field goal in the fourth quarter.
yep,
That definitely could have set them straight.
yeah.
Um, I'm
I,
not sure about Brock Purdy though.
I think
How
he's
you
going to
feel
get
about Brock
exposed this
Purdy?
next game. I think he's going to get exposed.
You think so?
I think the pressure's building up on him.
Christian McCaffrey saved them two big touchdowns in the third and fourth quarter.
If they're smart, they go through Christian McCaffrey to try to beat the Lions because your best
They
bet
have
is to
to.
the 49ers best bet until Debo if Debo doesn't play is to eat that clock up with Christian McCaffrey running that ball and
Hmm.
hopefully get into the end zone with Christian McCaffrey and throw into Ayuk because
Yeah, he was.
Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey saved that game. Like Ayuk had a pretty decent game and Christian McCaffrey was the star though. It wasn't Brock Purdy. It was definitely Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, Christian McCaffrey, 100%. He came out there and
Yeah.
completely dominated um, the rest of the game. Once they came back from halftime,
Hmm.
he came out with a different resilience, man, and really just,
I think he's the only one on the team that showed that he wanted to get to the next level.
oh man.
Yeah.
And they've been there. They were there last year. And they lost, but because of Brock Purdy got hurt.
Yeah.
Remember, they didn't have a quarterback. So then the next game, which was another really good game. All the games were good.
Nah,
We had the
nah. One game wasn't good. One
what
game was
Detroit
one game
and
was a
Tampa.
mollywop.
Yeah, it was a mollywop,
No,
right?
no, the Ravens mollywopped
Oh,
Houston.
that game. So Baker Mayfield went for 350 pretty much, three touchdowns, two interceptions, two pretty bad interceptions.
Yeah,
Um, and Mike Evans went off for 147 yards and a touchdown. And then we
yeah,
had Jared Goff, 287, Mr. Steady man,
yeah.
two touchdowns. They got a really good run game. This is gonna be a tough game for the Niners, I think. I don't think this is gonna be, and they got a lot of balance. They had like
Hmm.
three or four guys with four catches or more, and like 40 plus yards or more. So
I got Lions and Ravens. We don't even have to talk about the Ravens game
you got
because
the
I'm.
Livens and Ravens. Yeah, we're gonna pull up that. He's waiting. He's licking his chops because he's hype about his boy.
I'll tell you, I'd rather talk about more current sports today. I'd rather, because I
Okay.
mean, I already know what's going on with this one. But you know what I'm saying? Like I already
All
know
right.
it's
That's
it's Ravens and Lions for me. That's my picks for football this week.
Ravens and Lions. All right.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Lions make it? Let's talk about it.
I don't think that shoulder's going to be right for Debo. If he had a shoulder injury that sat him down, it's like a reoccurring one because I think this is the same shoulder he hurt earlier in the season. I don't see the way that the Lions play defense. The Lions are probably one of their more rugged, tougher teams, very similar to Baltimore in defense. I think they're gonna put it on him. Like as soon as Debo gets in the game, if he catches the ball, they're gonna put it on him. He's gonna go out with the same shoulder injury, and then Brock Purdy is gonna be like a deer in headlights, like he was for 3 quarters, and that's not gonna be good going against that steady defense against the Lions. Not to mention uh, the backfield of the 49ers can be had. And I got that straight from Shannon Sharp. He said it multiple times, and the Ravens proved that. I think Jared Goff is a quarterback that can actually expose that backfield in the 49ers as well. He can throw the ball. He does have the receivers to catch that ball. It's just a matter if he can get it in their hands and expose that backfield enough to where they drop that plan and run right through the 49ers. I still have this game close, but and I'm gonna stay true to my numbers. I think all the way from here to the Super Bowl, 28 to 21. That's my score for all of them.
28-21.
49ers versus Lions, first one to 28 wins. Ravens versus Kansas City, first one to 28 wins. Super Bowl, first one to 28 wins.
So we're not even talking about the comp. We're not even talking about Mahomes versus Lamar
No, it's not.
because you're saying there's no shot that Patrick Mahomes can get into the Super Bowl.
It's always a shot. He's there. It's always a
Okay.
shot. But
But the disrespect for last year's champion, the reigning champions, you don't even mention. You're just talking about Lamar and the Bills.
I haven't said
I mean,
anything
not the
about
Bills,
Lamar
the
yet.
Lions. I mean, not Lamar.
Mm-mm.
The Ravens,
I
the
haven't said any,
Ravens.
I haven't said anything about that game yet. I'm
All
still
right, I
on I'm
will.
still on the Lions and 49ers. I think that the 49ers backfield can be had, and I think that Brock Purdy is going to be without his number one target, or one of his best targets, should I say? Maybe not his number one target. I think if they do win, Christian McCaffrey is going to have a little bit better game than he had last game. Let's go to
A better game than he had last
a
game.
little better, not much better, a little better. It's just going to have to be the right runs, the right area. And I don't think he's going to have that game on the Lions defense. I just don't. Um,
I,
let's
I
go
I'm
ahead.
not sure. I think it's a toss up. I think it's really too. It can go either way in either game. I don't think it's a lock either way.
I'm going
The
Lions.
Ravens. This is the furthest they've been. Right. This is the
Mm-hmm.
furthest they've been in the playoffs.
100%.
Patrick Mahomes has been there many, many, many times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Almost every year he's in the Western Conference Final, and it's hard to bet against him in any situation. Now, with that said, Lamar Jackson looks like a stud right now. He does not look like years past Lamar Jackson. He looks like he's there to take business. They're
He
smart runs. They're good throws.
he looks like
Um,
Lamar Jackson. That's what he looks like. He looks like Lamar Jackson. He looks like
yeah,
ring.
he looked good. He looked good, but he's got to get through. I mean, none of these teams left are going to be easy to beat. The Lions can score with anybody. Um, you might be able to make an argument that the Lions have the most explosive offense
Somebody said
left.
that today.
Yeah, I would say they have the most balanced, most explosive offense left in the playoffs.
And see, I
Um,
disagree. I disagree.
really,
I
I would
and,
say the
and, and,
Ravens
and
have the best
I
defense.
think the Ravens. I think the Kansas City and Ravens game, which is what we're talking about now. I think Lamar and his offense is more explosive than Kansas City's, and I think they're more explosive than the Lions. And the reason I say that is when Lamar gets into his I'm scoring first downs, but you got to guard me like I'm scoring first downs. Dump pass to my tight end or dump pass to that middle field receiver right there. That's the unstoppable offense for the Ravens right now. If Lamar gets more than two first downs by himself in the first quarter, they got to respect the run game because you don't know where the run game's coming from. Is it coming from the is it going to come back from the running back or is it going to come from Lamar? Okay, he's got pretty decent running backs, but he also can take off on his own. Then, not to mention, after you start guarding it like that, all he has to do is make that little short pass right to the middle of the field to the receiver going right across the middle. 5 yard, 5 yard, 5 yard, and it works. I saw he picked apart Houston like that. He picked apart the game right before they played the Steelers. He picked apart that team like that, and that's where the points is kind of been racking up. After he gets in that mode to where he's throwing that receiver right down the middle because they're respecting his legs, it's over for him because they take he's got deep targets. He can go to either wide receiver with Odell and what's the other guy on the other side?
And that's what makes him tough, man. That's what makes him tough. But like I said, he's playing against a guy who's been on the stage plenty of time again. So can he beat Patrick Mahomes
Has
in
Patrick
Kansas? Are they playing in No, they're playing in Baltimore,
Baltimore
right?
has Patrick Mahomes beat a defense like the Ravens yet?
Um, I would say yes.
Who
Maybe not this season.
this season? That's what I'm talking about.
I'll say definitely yes though. To me, Patrick Mahomes, like Cam Newton said, you got game managers, you got game changers.
Patrick
These
Mahomes
are
is a
two
game
game
changers.
changers.
Game
It's going to be a
changers.
game of two game changers, and
Right.
who can make the most game changing
Right.
plays. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to. It's going to be interesting. In the beginning, you're going to see both quarterbacks trying to control the clock, keep
Right.
one off the field. That's going to be Patrick Mahomes' play. I think the Ravens they naturally they naturally just kind of control the clock because they run the ball so damn good. So they got like a three-headed monster back there, and they can throw that little dump pass, like you said. So it's
Don't
gonna be tough. But
pass.
I still believe the Lions probably have the most explosive offense, just because I think they can score better in the air,
Okay.
downfield.
All right.
Um, and they just got better receivers. Like just they just got more dynamic. Like just they're more to me. They're other than the quarterback, they're just way more athletic.
Okay.
The Lions to
Okay.
me.
So who you got?
So uh ooh. You know what? I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna. s- I'm gonna go with Lamar. I'm gonna root for Lamar. It'd be cool to see him win. He deserves it.
I think so.
Like, and I would like to see the Lions. So I'll go with your picks.
Okay. So we're
I
matched
think
up. Okay.
we're latched up. I think that'd be cool to see. It'd be two struggling cities come together. Like and what they had. Neither one is won in a while, man.
So I was watching. I
Like
was
the
watching.
Lions never won, and then the Ravens haven't won since 2002.
So I was watching. I was watching a podcast today, and Joe Button said, "He said if Detroit and Baltimore go to the Super Bowl, it's gonna be nigga fest." And I was like, "Yep, it is gonna be
It'd
nigga
be
fest.
niggas
It's gonna be niggas
everywhere, man.
everywhere. It's gonna be niggas
Yeah,
everywhere."
Detroit's rough, Baltimore's rough too, and
It
they're
is.
kind of similar, like
Yeah. Yeah. So
yeah.
that was pretty good. I like that one today. All right, man. Let's get on the other side of the ball, man. Let's talk about basketball.
Let's go.
Ooh.
What do you want to know? Let's go.
I think the number one topic in basketball right now, and I'm just gonna say it like I mean, excuse my French, Doc Rivers on some BS. Doc Rivers on some BS. That
So
was some
what's your
BS.
problem with that? What's your problem with that?
What's not your problem with that? You from Philly? What's not your problem with that?
I think he's a coach at
Time out,
heart.
time out, time out. Y'all got a ring?
We fired him
Do
though.
y'all have a ring?
We fired him though.
Then y'all should have a problem. Period. Because
Why would
he's not, he's his resume. Now that I've been doing a little bit of little research and a little bit of hearing stuff, his resume. So I'm gonna give you a winning team with the talent of Dame and Giannis, and I'm gonna let Doc Rivers let that team lead that team to a championship. I ain't tell y'all, Milwaukee ain't winning the championship this year. Okay, I'll be honest with you. The the front runner for the championship for me is the Celtics. If somehow, and on the West I got Colorado, but if somehow Colorado gets knocked out before they have to go see the Celtics, Celtics win this thing this year. Celtics all day this year. I don't no I don't I almost don't see any moves or changes unless somebody does something big in the trade deadline before. But back on Doc Rivers, you let you're getting a team that has got a 30-13 record, and you don't even show up for the first game you get hired back on, and I'm supposed to believe you're going to take that team to the NBA Finals. I see you doing research. I'm gonna go ahead and help you out because I already heard the numbers.
go
Doc
ahead?
Rivers only has two game sevens that he's won, and that was against the eighth seed and the sixth seed. And
Okay.
that was when he won with the Celtics. Doc Rivers
Okay.
Doc Rivers has lost more 3-1 playoff matches than he's ever won. He has he's lost more two up playoff games than he's ever won. He's not a good playoff coach. He'll get you to the playoffs, but he's not a good playoff coach. They could have got anybody else than him to. I think I'd have left the coach that was already there, Cook. Milwaukee already had a coach in this decade that already won a chip. Why'd you fire him? Milwaukee's moving too fast, and I think they're listening way too much to a player base versus who actually is designing that plays and actually letting them win, like or making them win, should I say? I don't think they should have fired the white guy that got him to the ring the first time. He's only a year out. If Giannis wasn't hurt that series, it's potential that he went back to the finals that year that they lost to
All right.
Miami.
All
Like
right. Wait.
no,
Wait. I got
no.
a list for you. I got the. This is the list I want to have. All right.
Go ahead.
How many NBA coaches do you think have won an NBA championship in
Oh,
the
this.
history of the
Oh, it's
NBA?
small. It's a small number. If I had to say, it's probably less than 50.
Less than 50. Okay.
Yeah.
That's count. All right. We got Phil Jackson, Red Archibald. I think that's how you say it. John Kundla, Pat Riley, Greg Popovich, Steve Kerr, Chuck Daly, Alex Hunnan,
Okay.
Tom Henson, Red
You about to
Holzman,
mention a bunch
Casey
of coaches
Jones.
we don't know any of them people. That's not the point, bro.
So there's a list of probably like 25 names here, right?
Okay.
Doc Rivers is one of them. He's there's more teams in the NBA right now than there are coaches that have won a championship.
Yo, check this out. And this is I'm just going to quote Gil Arenas. I cite all my sources. Gil said that Doc Rivers, out of all those coaches on the list, has more Hall of Famers than any other coach. So why can't he get the chip done more than once? You know what I'm saying? He's on. Say what you
He
say what
won
you
with
want
the
to say.
Celtics in 2008, and he's been to the conference finals in 2000. He's been to the finals 5 times.
So he can't get it done. He should have went to the Celt. He should have won more than one with that Celtics team. That Celtics team was stacked. He he probably should have got a little further with the Clippers. I think he did Philly a disservice. That Philly team
Sorry,
was
he's been
good.
there twice. He's been there twice. Sorry, he's
He's
been there
had some
twice.
good Philly teams. He's had some good Philly teams. Like Doc Rivers is not the person for this job in Milwaukee. Like this is not it. The coach
I
is
don't know,
already
man.
winning. He
I
won.
think I think he's the right guy for the circumstance because you got a bunch of guys, you got a bunch of
No.
superstar veterans with ego.
Okay.
So you need an ego manager, and I think the best ego manager right now is Doc Rivers. It's not all about the X and O's because on a team like that, he's not going to be coaching X and O's. He's going to be managing minutes and managing egos, right? And
Okay.
getting the stars. the right shots at the right time of the game, and also determining he's going to come in there as the alpha man to come in there to determine like who's going to be running the show in the fourth quarter. I guarantee he's going to turn the Dame time fourth quarter. So the rest of the game is going to kind of be like Giannis, rest of the team, and then fourth quarter is going to be Dame time.
So you feel like he did that in Philly?
I feel like when he came to Philly,
So
his
it's,
purpose in coming to Philly was to establish like a culture change and leadership. That was Doc Rivers' role, which I think for the large part he did. Every year he went to the playoffs. Yeah, we got bounced in the second round every year, but it came down to like a game seven, like like Ben Simmons, the pass. I mean, we passed up the dunk. That's not Doc Rivers. You can't blame Doc Rivers for that. Then that jump shot, right, by Kawhi Leonard, and it hit the rim 4 times and then went in. You can't blame Doc Rivers for that. You know what I mean? These
so so you're saying he's closer than I think.
I don't I yeah, I think him going to the Bucks, like, yeah, it's definitely gonna help them out. It's gonna give them some like championship pedigree, like, and you got guys on the team that already won a championship.
Okay. Okay.
So he's coming in there to manage the situation. Like, all right, listen, Giannis, I understand this is what you want to do, but right now, right, the way you shooting them free throws, I need you to stand on the side right now, and this is Dame time. Like fourth quarter, 5, 6 minutes in, the ball we running through Damian.
Yeah. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? We're gonna run pick and roll with you and Damian, or him and Chris Middleton, because they're the two better scorers in the fourth quarter. So Chris Middleton would be like a really good second option in that fourth quarter. Like he's a sniper, he's a killer. And then you
Okay.
still got Lopez, you still got the Lopez brothers, you still got um wide eyed dude, what's his name? Posey. You got Posey still, or Porter, right? Or
Okay.
Portis. They got like they got a squad, bro. Now they got Doc Rivers as a coach. You don't even know the name of the other guy, the black guy they had there. You don't know.
I don't, but he was also 30 and 13. So like, what's wrong with him?
He wasn't managing. So right now, this team is all about pleasing Giannis and Damian Lillard.
So who do
This
you
guy
think?
wasn't doing it.
Who do you think was? Who do you think wasn't pleased?
Giannis.
Okay. Okay.
Giannis. Yeah, they're a lazy 30 and whatever, right? They have a decent record, but
So
at the same
you think they
time,
should be better than that?
I don't think they're good against the good teams. Like the second half of the season when they play all the good teams,
Right.
I think we're going to see a different Bucks.
Okay.
Like I don't think they're as good as we think they are. I
Okay.
think Giannis knows that.
All right. Well, we talked about the coaching. Yo, shout out to Philadelphia, man. MB joins the smaller list than the coaches with
Let's
championships.
go. Let's
70
go.
points.
Let's go.
70-point
Off
game.
off off like 59% shooting.
Look, you so hyped. You think y'all gonna do something. Y'all get knocked out in the second round again this year.
Nah, we not.
Yeah. Yeah. Again,
Mm-mm.
I'm not watching basketball till football's over. But
Mm.
no, man,
I can't wait.
I knew you'd be hyped about this subject. So Embiid scores 70, he joins a small list that the people are really kind of upset about because they said Wilkes Chamberlain scored more 70-point games at the Philadelphia Warriors. And so people are saying that's Philly, but it's actually goes his record's actually in Golden State. It's not in Philly. So it's kind of interesting. And
But still, Will Chamberlain wasn't playing against these guys, man. Like, let's be honest. Like, 70 points in today's NBA
I
is
think
hard to
I
do.
think that's I think it's
It's hard to do.
let's just break this down. I think basketball up until the 80s doesn't matter.
Mm,
Up until the 80s, it
okay.
doesn't matter. Like listen,
I think a lot of people disagree, but yeah.
Bill Russell, and Will Chamberlain. Like, and the
That
reason,
means
and let me recount. Okay, it doesn't matter to my era because I don't know the era. I never saw it. Like, it doesn't exist for me at all. But the 80s is when I started to see it, right? So that's when it begins for me. So like when you talk about Bill Russell, all those guys that scored at points, okay, great. That was a good time. But that is more than 50 years ago almost. Now you go 80s, 90s, 2000s, 210s, 220s. That's our era. That's when I was here. Like I saw it. Like I don't see
So
it.
so you're
Doesn't
saying in some point Michael Jordan's gonna be folklore too, right?
right, right. That's why
Okay.
LeBron is the push. That's why eventually Michael Jordan's gonna be Will Chamberlain. It's not gonna matter. We're not gonna know like
Mm,
Magic and Bird. Like people have to bring back up Magic and Bird, but it's the relics bringing them up. It's not the new kids. New kids don't know nothing about Magic and Bird. They might go back and watch the
mm.
game, but they can't see that stuff. It wasn't HD. They can't see that. They're like, man, what is this fuzzy stuff on the screen? They don't know what Magic and Bird did.
No, I thought it was amazing what he did. I thought it was cool. It was against Wambiana, the new 7'6" dude on the Spurs. So that
Right.
was cool to see. But yeah, it was a good game, and it was actually a smooth. It wasn't even like it was just a smooth
Smoothie King.
70.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like they can't guard me.
Right.
Whack 'em.
But also Wimbiana went for what, 35, 30.
33,
He
33.
had his close to his high.
Game high. Yeah, his game's
Yes.
high. Yeah, league. Yeah, his game
It's his
season game high.
right,
Yeah.
it's his first year. So like I mean he had a good game too. So like exchange for exchange. I'm not mad about it. But yeah, Giannis busted his I mean Embiid busted his butt. So yeah, I'm not mad about that. Cat had
Mhm.
a high of 62 at the Timberwolves but lost. And then the coach went off and saying that they were playing no defense. And this is, he said it's like it said something around the lines of like this is a poor effort or something like that, and it was like really getting at the players. Um, I don't know what's going on in the Timberwolves, but they need to tighten it back up because they have a real shot this year to go pretty far, and I really kind of want to see that. I think it'd be good for them to actually do something. Um, I personally would not mind seeing the Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals. I don't know if they get past that, but I'd like to see it.
They got Rudy Gobert. They ain't winning nothing.
Why? Why? Oh, that's cold. What's wrong with Rudy Gobert, man?
You'll
Say,
see. He's gonna get exposed in the playoffs.
okay. You say he's soft.
No, I'm not saying he's soft. I'm saying they're gonna when the game picks up in the playoffs
Okay.
and it goes to a small lineup, they're gonna expose Rudy Gobert because it's gonna turn to a shooting match.
And he can't shoot.
Well, the Timberwolves will be down like 4-5. There'll be teams. There's teams with five dudes that can shoot. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I'm trying to think. What else happened in sports? I think the only other big thing that happened today, and the reason I'm gonna say today is because Jim Harbaugh did go to the Chargers, like I said.
Hmm.
Um, Belichick still don't have a job. Seahawks in
I think
Washington is left,
I
and
think he's just gonna chill out, man.
I'm happy for all the black coaches that got hired in the NFL this year.
I don't understand that whole thing, man. I mean, I get it, but uh,
What don't you understand?
it's football, man. Like,
Like
how many
what?
black coaches are there right now? How many black coaches?
Almost half.
Okay.
I'm happy about that. I don't think it's half. I think it's close to 10 though.
How much better is a black coach than a white coach?
I think that they're starting to
As it
realize that relatability, if that's a word, like someone that you can, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I can
there are a
relate.
bunch of players, coaches that are in the league.
I can relate to. Like so, for instance, okay, if these coaches all they did their whole life was coach, but now these player coaches come along, and now I know you went through the same grind I did. You went through the same hard work I did. It didn't work out for you, but now you're coaching. You're on the coaching side of it.
You're
But
saying there's more respect.
I respect your pedigree. I might be willing to I might be willing to work a little harder for somebody I respect a little bit more. And I think that's what it's translating to. And not to mention, like, let's be honest, these coaches have put in the work and they've got some talent behind them. Like they've got some tricks, they've got some defensive plays they're doing a little bit better. And if you can learn the same plays as anybody else can, that only coached, like why not have a player's coach?
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I
But
guess.
you're right. Does it make a difference as a white coach or a black coach? You know, statistically, clearly white coaches win more. But
Out of these teams that are left right now, how many are black coaches? One. No. Tampa, they're
none,
out.
none, none.
And how many of them were black coaches in the last round? Just Todd Bowles.
Steelers. No, Steelers was the first round, wasn't it? So we're gonna say Steelers, Green Bay, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's
Uh,
coach was black.
That's it. Todd Bowles.
Green Bay, Tampa Bay.
And then the round before that, we had the Steelers, we had Tampa. Who else?
But another thing too, though, is they still outnumber us quite a bit. So like it's kind of tough to say that statistic.
Yeah, I mean they've been. I mean it's gonna take time, but I mean I just think the whole, oh, more black
Ask
coaches got hired.
ask me
Like, okay,
this question next year.
okay,
Ask me this question next year because
and hopefully there's another black coach in the playoffs at the end. But right now there's
I
none.
think the Raiders will be there. I think the Raiders will be
Okay,
further along. I think
okay.
Tampa will be further along next year. Um,
We shall
we shall
see.
see. We shall see. Man, that's all I got tonight.
That's all I got. Yeah, it's a good show, bro.
Yeah, man. So listen, I'm gonna move this podcast. I'm gonna drop it actually tomorrow because I think I'm gonna do it a little more real time, so our picks are more prevalent to the weekend. So then we come
Okay.
back here, you know what I'm saying? So I'll probably drop this one tomorrow, midnight tonight. So yeah, Friday. So the 26th it will be out. But again, thanks again for viewing Think Out Loud podcast. It's my cousin Justin. I'm your host Dustin, and peace.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We out.
Peace.